Welcome back to another ESG-centered podcast, everyone. This is Red. I'm an independent verification analyst and your host. Kicking back to the world of ESG, we'll be learning a bit more about one of the most well-known accreditation bodies for businesses for good, B-Lab. We'll also be diving into what it's like to be amongst the team doing the audit and verification process. Stay tuned to our podcast, Empowering People, Enabling Business. Taking us further into the B Lab movement, we have here with us one of the pioneering members of the team of independent verification analysts and my mentor. Hi, June. Thank you for coming in. How are you?
Hi, Ray. Thank you for having me here today. Hi, everybody. Thank you for spending time with us to listen to our podcast. Okay, about me. I joined the Cohort 1 IVA training back
Mm-hmm.
in 2021 when Malaysia was slowly coming out of the COVID-19 movement control. So the onboarding training was very structured, enlightening, and the interactions with fellow IVAs made me feel that I was reconnecting with the world. Well, so that was how I kind of got involved in the IVA work. Now, apart from work, I play too. Yeah, I enjoy
Yeah.
gardening and I play table tennis every weekend. What about you, Red?
No, I wish I could garden if I haven't been killing any and all plants that I may have been taken care of. But outside of work, I am actually a musician. I play guitar and I game a lot. And I have 5 cats. So yeah, I am the cat lady here.
You are the talented ones. There are quite a lot of IVAs are actually very talented. Unfortunately, I can't do those talented musical things. I
Okay,
like musicals. Yeah.
gardening is a talent, I promise. I mean, you can grow anything. I can kill all my plants. But yeah.
Yep. Okay. That is what we do for fun.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming in today. So today we'll be talking about what our role is like as an independent verification analyst, or if that's too much of a mouthful, we're called IVAs for short. So IVAs for B Lab. First things first, can you enlighten our listeners on what exactly is a B Lab and what is a B Corp?
Okay. The B in B Corp stands for benefit for all. All is business and the world. Okay. So a B Corp is a for-profit company, just like Janashtim,
Mm-hmm.
that has a high standard of verified performance,
Mm-hmm.
accountability, and transparency across 5 areas, which are governance, workers, environment, community, and customers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if you are interested in knowing more about B Corps or getting to know what are the B Corps around you in your country, you can go to the B Corp directory on the website bcorporation.net. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and you can find any B Corp that is around your country, and then you will get to know, yeah, these are the business for good.
Mm-hmm.
B Lab, on the other hand, is the certifying body that
Mm-hmm.
verifies the company's impact. B Lab develops and evolves the ESG standards to support the global movement of business that benefits all people, communities, and the planet. B
Mm-hmm.
Lab enables that by setting up an online B Impact app. That is where we come in and work on, okay, the B Impact app.
The Impact app is kind of like the platform where companies can come in and quiz themselves, right? They can measure their impact through that area.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for that overview, June. Thank you so much. So our partnership with B Lab, Janashtim's partnership with B Lab started in 2021. So what was the goal of this partnership and what was its supposed impact on the certification process as a whole?
Yeah, there are so many companies wanting to highlight to the world that they are a business for good. So all the companies are queuing up to become a B Corp, to be certified. But the
Mm-hmm.
certified process can be rigorous because
Hmm.
we got to showcase, that they have got high performance in performance, accountability, and transparency. So
Mm-mm.
there was a huge queue of potential B Corps. Therefore, the purpose of the partnership was to actually address the growth
Mm-mm.
of this
Mm-hmm.
movement and, of course, to reduce the wait time for the
Yep.
company in the B Corp certification certification process. Yeah. So the IVA will provide the workforce to scale the B Corp certification process and also act as a third party between B Lab and the companies to maintain the integrity of the whole certification process.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So it's faster now with a lot more people doing the work. That means more B Corps. Yeah, it's a win-win
Yes,
situation.
definitely. Yeah.
So in the early months of our work, you and I had the pleasure of like doing a little bit of management work with our team back then. I did some schedulings in there, managing leaves, and timekeeping was pretty much intense on top of the verification tasks that we had. And you had the senior ops, right, June?
Oh well, we have to step up.
Interesting
Okay,
times.
we have to step up when the when the company asks us to do something. So apart from the IVA work, okay, a couple of months after the onboarding training, so I was given a chance to provide this management support to ensure smooth operation of the whole IVA team, to ensure that we follow the processes that is required by B Lab, and then also to ensure that we do our work effectively. You know, at that time, there were tools, whenever we give some feedback to B Lab, they are listening to us, and they created so many tools and guidelines to actually guide us through and enable us to become more and more familiar with the process. Yeah. So the role in management actually allowed me to have insights on the dynamism between Janash team and B Lab. And our leaders indeed have very good foresight, and they are caring. And also kudos to you to step up, and help me, and we do this together. Yeah. Okay. And then as B Lab has gained more confidence in our support services, we were given more responsibilities gradually, right? Then we were tasked with the onboarding training. So now we actually do that on the Janash team side. That was when we had Sarah Barajas and Eric Sanchez to join us, to join our little ops team. Yeah. So it is a privilege and joy to work closely with all of you.
We felt very, very connected to our peers as well during this time. So we are called IVAs, Independent Verification Analysts. We did this role with B Lab. But can you share with our listeners, like, what exactly are our roles and responsibilities taking up this job?
Okay, so as an IVA, we give assistance to the potential B Corps, the companies, to provide information on the B Impact app. Yeah, because it's a rigorous process. Yeah. So when the company provide the information, the documentation, we will have to review and then verify the accuracy of the information given and ensure that the companies capture and present their ESG impact in the BIA accurately.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. It's basically like kind of mediating the understanding of standards, right, to these companies.
Yes. So I enjoyed the interaction with the people and companies around the world. Very enlightening and interesting to learn about their business practices and challenges.
Yeah, definitely. Enlightening. I like that word.
Yep. Well, there are quite a lot of business models, that we are not familiar with, but the companies are indeed creative.
True. I kind of get that part about, industries that we might not be familiar with. That would entail us to be a little bit more, resourceful, I guess, with learning more about the industry, so that when you get to the call with the client, you have an idea on what it is you want to ask them or check with them, right? So yeah, it's actually a challenge, and it's a perk, I guess, learning more at the same time being it's a whole
Yeah,
new
you're right.
growing.
Actually, there's another aspect. Is actually the research aspects. Yeah. So indeed, well, we cannot say what company or what industry may kind of been assigned to us. So once we receive a case, then we do need to carry out some research to understand the industry, to understand some jargons, probably. That's right. Yeah. Research is part of our daily life as well. Yeah.
I think, like, if I'm gonna think about like a favorite thing about our role, though, is kind of like almost a double-edged sword. My favorite thing about this role is the flexibility of our time, right? So we get to say on how we want to do our job in terms of time we want to work. At the same time, it's also kind of like the most challenging part about the role, because we would get assigned companies from the other side of the globe, and that would entail also like adjusting to time zones as well. So it's both a favorite and a challenging part for me about the role. And I think another favorite would be, I guess, there is this newfound appreciation on diversity because of, one, how diverse cultures, the companies that we assigned to, their culture as well, and the diversity within our team as well. What do you think about that? Because there's like so many of us, right? Or there's so many of us already.
Oh, yes. Diversity changes, challenges are this thing that we have to embrace. So our job is actually pretty adventurous.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, correct. So among our team, talking about IVA group, indeed, we are diverse and inclusive
Yeah.
workforce. Some of us are people with disabilities, and some of us come from marginalized communities. Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of us multilingual. We have to cover companies from indeed all over the world, from the US side
Mm.
to the Australia side, really the whole bunch of different companies. So I think we speak all the different languages. Yes, Spanish, Portuguese, French. I think Russian. Somebody could speak Russian too, I think.
Russian, that's so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Then Chinese, of course. Then English as a native. Yeah, etc., etc. Yeah,
So many languages in one team.
correct.
That is actually one of the most cool thing about being an IVA, how diverse and how many cultures there are in this one team. So yeah, hopefully we expand even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of expansion, so many changes have come up. Back then we only did verification. Then we did some evaluation by me and some other team members, which evaluation is another step in the process, by the way, to my fellow listeners. We did disclosures and stuff. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
so there has been like an up in terms of responsibilities and expansion of both team members and services provided. So now that we have this expansion, we have this whole new transition now to To-Cert, and you're amongst those spearheading the ISO process. So can you tell our audience more about To-Cert, this transition to it?
Yes, indeed. Actually, for the B Lab projects, we in fact has expanded in the past 2 years to cover the whole process from scoping onwards, yeah, eligibility studies, scoping, and then evaluation, then the verification part, and then we cover also the recertification, then the support services for the risk assessment, the DQ, and then background check. Actually, all the IVAs are deployed in
Yeah.
covering the different areas of the whole B Lab, the B Corp certification process. So in our organization, change is the constant.
Yes.
So we have expanded now to cohort 6 and
Uh-huh.
picking up more and more responsibilities in the whole process. So the management structure has evolved into a regional structure. It has grown out of us, this little ops team, okay? But
Yes.
we still maintain to provide any task to assist when we can. And the new company called To-Cert has been set up to house all the IVAs. Now,
Yes.
this will, by forming the company, this will allow us to design the work process to be more audit or certification service centric. Okay, we are looking forward to meeting or exceed any international certification requirements. ISO is one of the examples, maybe more, depending on our research. Okay, so we will decide later, but we will set up the process first. By doing this, hopefully, this will increase our credibility and profile in the ESG space. Okay,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
hopefully we can serve more certification bodies.
Yes. So yeah, everybody, you heard that. We are To-Cert. We are a new division, so keep an eye out for us. We're gonna help out
We
in
are a new
certification
company.
process.
It's not only a division, it's a new
It's a
company.
whole new company. Yeah, it's a whole new
Yep,
thing,
yep,
guys.
yep.
So everybody listening here, if you have a business or a company that you're interested in becoming a B Corp, I get into your browser and log into the B Impact Assessment app. So type in there bimpactassessment.net. You can create your company's profile and can play around with the platform. It's free. By the platform is you can interact with the buttons in there. You can measure your impact, what you're currently working on, and you can also use the Impact app to set your own goals. It's a point system, by the way, if you guys don't know yet. It's a point system, and if your score is more than 80 points, you can actually submit it over to B Lab once you're done, and just wait a little bit. You can have an analyst come in and contact with you to help you out with your B Corp certification. So who knows, you might be talking to me, you might be talking to June or anybody of our teammates. So yeah, feel free to log in and create your profile. All right, and June, anything to add here?
Oh, yes. Apart from the companies, of course, it's the people. So if you yourself or the listeners, you are welcome to join us as an IVA to start an adventure with us. So like my background is in IT, and I have experience working with companies and corporations around the world. So when I become an IVA, I will receive all the training, okay, to understand about the ESG standards and the processes. It's a very interesting journey to have and to continue to serve the ESG space. So if you are interested in joining our team to become an IVA, keep a lookout for our recruitment advertisements in Jedi Jobs or our company's website. Okay, so we are looking forward to hearing from y'all.
Who knows? Y'all be talking to us again. We'll all be teammates soon. All right. So, June, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure hearing the IVA story.
Yeah, and it is indeed a very rewarding journey. It is lovely to spend time with you here, Red. Thank you again, everybody, for listening to us.
All right. Thank you so much. And that's it for today, everyone. And we certainly anticipate the continued success of Janashtim's B Lab certification efforts. To our listeners, thank you for joining us in this insightful conversation. Stay tuned for more episodes. I'm your host, Red. Until next time, take care and thank you for being a part of Janashtim's journey.